See, a lot of people don't understand, like, the relationship with me and Walter Kingtut Johnson. See, it's like our relationship go deep. And what I mean by that is, like, me and Tut, met up. I like to say in 1976, we were both like living. I moved from the Bedford-Stuyvesant section. And you leave Brownstone to go to these projects. You leave from having 6 families in one building, to having 49 family in one building. So it was like a big difference. And when I got to, like, my family, we moved to the 6th floor on 455 Fountain Avenue, and his family lived on the 2nd floor on 455 Fountain Avenue. Now, I've been there, as far as right now in the building with him, probably like a month or so, or probably even 2 months. And we went to this public school. We both was in 6th grade. We went to this public school, PS 214, on City Line. And I can remember, like, we had to be bused because Cypress was a distance from City Line. So, and plus we live in the back of Cypress. So I can remember as I'm going to the auditorium to wait to get on the bus, he was coming out of the auditorium to go get on the bus. So as I'm coming past him to go into the auditorium and he coming past me, it's like he just, boom, shoulder checked me. So when he shoulder checked me, the normal response is stop, pick up your book. I didn't stop and pick up my book. I stopped and ran after him and just ran behind him, grabbed his head, put it in a headlock, and just started pounding his face like boom, boom. And right now they came and broke it up. But from that point on, they sent us both into the auditorium, and that's when we became friends. We became like, really from the 6th grade up until the time I went away. And 1981, July 31st, 1981, we was like inseparable. It's like we was together down there each and every day if I wasn't living in South Carolina. And people don't understand, like I said right now, with Tut. Tut grew up in his family, Jehovah's Witness. My family, Baptist. So basically, we went to church. And I can remember, like, as kids, we walking around Cypress, or walk around like different areas, scheming how to get the next dollar, how to get that fast buck. I can remember we walking around Cypress on the outskirts, and right across the street from Cypress was the Kingdom Hall. And I can remember telling me, yo, bro, look, if you want to make some money, what we can do is we can get the Kingdom Hall. And I'm like, come on, bro. Mind you, like right now it's certain things like the do's and the don'ts. So to me, never in a million years, I don't care what's what. I had my issue, I had my problem. I was a rebel, but certain things that line I wouldn't cross. I was not going to rob a Kingdom Hall, a mosque, or a church. I couldn't do that or whatever. So even with that being said or whatever, you know what? When I was away on my first bed and I heard about, the Jehovah's Witness being robbed, automatically you knew exactly where that came from. You know exactly where it stemmed from or whatever. I can remember time, like I said, when I came home, went away, did my first bid. Came home in November 84. Tut came home like the 85. When you come home, everybody come home from doing a few years, you had every attention for the most part. Most people when they come home from doing a bid, for the most part, they have every intention of doing the right thing. Changing their life around, go get a job. But when you get out there and you try to get jobs and you're not getting the opportunity to be hired, or based upon your criminal record, people don't want to take a chance on you. So, what you're going to do, you're going to turn back to the street. And that's what I did. I used to always been against selling drugs, poisoning community. Why? Because from when you seen as a little kid growing up in Bedford-Stuyvesant and you watch so many different people playing where? I used to see people like 5, 6, 7 years old, and I'm walking the street to go down to the candy store to get some bubble gum, I get some candy, I get some ice cream, and then what happened? What you see? You see grown-up woman, man, some pretty woman. You're a little boy. You see these little pretty, like, damn, she bad. Even as a little young boy, you know what you like or whatever. But you see them laying down on the ground, knock out. not quite understanding what you're looking at. You know, why would somebody be laying out on a concrete, out cold, not understanding that they was high and they was nodding out and they was out because they just got finished shooting up heroin. So when you sit back and you look at it and you see the impact and effect that it done to people, as how many lives being destroyed, even from a little boy. I didn't want nothing to do with drugs. I didn't want to sell drugs. I didn't want to use drugs or anything. But when you get old enough and you out there and you want to make money and you know right now you can't keep going out there with the robbery, guess what? You go to drug, because it's like a, how can I say it? It's almost like the less of evil, you're taking less chance. So basically right now, opposed you robbing, sticking up somebody, giving your goods, now you got some type of goods that people want that you're selling to them. So as long as somebody getting something out of the deal, what they say, fair exchange ain't no robbery. As I said, when I came home in '84 and I got into the drug game, you know, started doing a little something, hustling, selling drugs. I can remember in 1985, Tut came home, and by that time he's no longer Jehovah's Witness, he's a Muslim now, going by the name of Mustafa. And I can remember being in Cyprus this summer of '85 and Tut walking around, you know what I'm saying, through the project with his wife, his moms, and I think his brother Ty at the time. And as he walked in the project, I ran into him. So right now we embrace, hug, you know. After a while, being that Tut used to always come to me asking, you know, for money or whatever, I decided, you know what, listen, I'm gonna put you down for me. So what I wound up doing when I was part of taking over the block with the 18, I wound up getting 5 days and some hours that I wound up splitting it with Tut. I took 3 days, I gave him 2 days. And even with that being said, like, you know, we used to hang out. We used to, like, sometime right now on a Sunday while people running the spot in the area, we used to get all dressed up. And when we used to get all dressed up, we used to go throughout the whole Brooklyn, our different areas or whatever, you know, with our little suits on, you know, our little valleys on or whatever. And, you know, go around flirting, playing with, meeting girls, and trying to find new spot to sell, to hustle out of. I can remember one time in particular, we like on DeKalb Avenue. No, hold up, is it DeKalb? Yeah, I like to say, we on Murder Avenue. So we on Murder Avenue. Says I'm driving, and I just I was driving this black and gray, my two-tone Seville. As I'm driving, you know what I'm saying? You know what? No, I didn't even have my Seville back then. I was driving a rent-a-car, like a rented 98, because my car, my Seville got confiscated. You know, right now I think, I'm trying to think, the hell, cut that, man, cut that. I wound up going away, and for the murder charge. So when I wound up going away, Tut was in charge of everything. And for some reason, like I say, folks, listen, man, I am not, how can I say, like, was a top-notch hustler, you know, but I learned how to play the game. But once I went away and I turned everything, my spot, over to Tut, and right now, it's guess what, slowly but surely, you know, business starts slowing down. And when you out there and you doing that stuff or whatever, you always gotta be creative. You always gotta have people thinking they're getting more. Otherwise, right now, if you don't keep up with competition, guess what's gonna happen? You know, but you're gonna lose out. That's like right now is, guess what? If you hustling, are you selling meat? So right now, despite you can have the best meat, somebody else the block can have meat not as good as yours, but their price is cheaper than yours. So what could happen is, people don't care how good the quality of meat is. You know what? If they feel your meat is too high, they're gonna go and get more for their money and get that meat that they feel is all right, but it's not good quality, but it's cheaper. So when you can't keep up with competition, what's gonna happen? You're gonna lose business. And when you start losing business and clientele, guess what's gonna happen? Your spot gonna shut down. And that's what happened. You know, when I went in, keep in mind, like I said, I left Tut with plenty of guns, you know. So right now, a lot of times when I went in, I turned myself in on May 5th, 1986, a lot of people thought I was never coming home. A lot of people, even myself. I went in for murder, had to go to trial. I stayed there in 13 months, 17 days before I got acquitted. Once I got acquitted, I came home. You know what? So here it is. Nobody wanted to give me no guns. Nobody wanted to give me no weapon. If I let this dude with a small army, I let this dude probably like 30 guns. So now I'm home. Yo, bro, I need some gun, I need some weapon, I need a vest, I need something. He wouldn't give me nothing, okay? These other people from Kingsborough or whatever, they wouldn't give me no gun, they wouldn't give me nothing or whatever. And what wound up happening was, here it is, cat. right now is gave me a couple like Uzi, you know what I'm saying, 9mm vest. And you know what? Then I start building my stash up all over again. But like I said, because at one point in time, doing 85, 86, I used to go out of town. I used to go down south. I'm talking about Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina. And you know what I used to do? I used to get people to go in these little pawn shops and buying these little 9mm, 45, 38, Uzi or whatever. Sometimes we used to get those little Tech 9s. You know what I'm saying? We used to get those little Tech 9 for like $249. You know what I'm saying? Less than $300. Then you come back and sell on the black market for like $1,500. Man, that was the hustle. But like I told you, imagine coming home, you leaving your partner like 30-something guns, you come home, he don't want to give you none. So automatically, yeah, that did left a nasty taste in my mouth or whatever. But just so happened right now, guess what? Life went on, Tut caught another case, went away. And like I say, ironically right now is we never ran back into each other. We didn't ran back into each other. You know, we talked a few times when I was away. We talked about different things or whatever. And then when I came home, I went and visited him in Otisville, FCI. You know, basically right now, because like I say, he already had a life sentence. Sit back and think about it. A person that never killed anybody. He never even shot anybody. Okay, yeah, he got a reputation, robbing church, robbing buses, robbing people, but it's a different. He never shot, hurt, killed anybody. But yet and still, he got life. You know, okay, could it be because of the fact right now is they felt that he shot Tupac at the Quad Studio? Could it be, you know, even after Tupac got shot in Vegas, that everybody, oh, he went to Vegas? Nah, Tut, it's not like that. And like I know sometimes people say, well, if he's gonna rob you and he'll do this and that, you don't know what he'll do. When you know people, you know people. I can remember being kids, you know, 15, 16 years old. We strapped. We get into a fight with some older guys in the project. They whipping our behind. I take my gun and start pulling, shooting at them. Tut, start shooting up in the air, man. So once again, like I said right now, was regardless what anybody say or whatever, Walter Kingtut Johnson is not a killer. And you sit back and think about all the time and all the years that he been in jail. Listen, folks, it's time. That man pays debt to society. It's time for them to let him go, man. It's time for them to let him go. He pays debt to society.
God, I need energy. I'm so tired all the time. Somebody, please, I need some kind of energy. What's this? Panoxyl. High blood pressure, high cholesterol. I don't have any of this. I don't have heart problems. I need energy. Hello? Survey? What survey? Yeah, I'm still tired. I've been taking it with my husband, and you did not tell me he was gonna do this kind of energy. He will not stop. Tell him to get off of me, please.